Well, yes, we had some hesitations because she had just went through 4 years of college, and we paid for each year. New car every year, basically, is what you're paying for college. And some of our hesitation was, okay, so if you get out of college and then you go to this, and it might be hard for you to get a job afterwards. And plus, there's a little bit of cost. And but she was so excited about it, and as we looked into it, into the Piedmont Fellows, we saw it was a great opportunity, and we wanted to encourage her um, to continue to seek Christ and to work along with the church in the community. And that's what we found has happened, and we were very grateful for it.
Well, she had an incredible desire to do it. So then we looked into it because she was really excited about it. And then when we started researching you and looking into your doctrine and looking into how you went into the community to interact with the businesses to get the internships for them, um, and it was leadership, mentoring, then we say, well, maybe this is a good thing for her, and maybe this is where God is leading. Maybe this is providential. So we prayed. I was praying about it a lot.
The theological classes that you provided, I think, were very beneficial. Also, the professional engagement with the community from the church, where she would learn that it's not just once a day, once a week, where you're serving Christ, but in your community, no matter where you're at. And we thought that was very good also.
She's grown incredibly. She's had to really study the scriptures. And she learned from a little girl the scriptures, but now she's an adult, and she's been able to get a grasp of the scriptures in a way that I've seen her write things and describe what the gospel is all about. And I get amazed at the understanding that she has, and how now it's really real for her, and it's her faith. It's not us making her believe it, but she really believes it, and I believe she's grown a lot.
Plus the other fellows, which were diverse from across the country, and Tim, who was even from another continent, was I think very good for her also to understand. You can get into your own community and get surrounded by just the culture in which you're living in, but that was an important aspect also, I think, to learn that it's a very, very broad world with a lot of different people, and it's really an amazing world.
Well, I think that, college they're still young. I mean, they're developing, they're becoming adults, but they're still young. And so it's a different transition going from college to the business world. It's very different. And the way the Fellows program is designed, at least the way I worked with Bianca, it was gradual. She did have to go to the internship, but she had mentors around her, a community of Christians that supported her and were giving her good counsel versus bad counsel, because these kids can go from college listening to a lot of worldly advice and then get into the business world and lose their way because they're listening to the bad counsel. And then in this way, she's growing, she's maturing, but she's surrounded by people who are mentoring her and giving her godly counsel. And it's so important. I've seen so many kids go the wrong way because they're just listening to bad counsel.
Holistically. Well, holistically, I think we mentioned this already, that life is not just about what goes on within the church, but it's every single day, everything you do, everything you think, everything you speak. And so when you go out from here, you go out into a world that needs light. It's a a dark world, whether it's in the business community, whether it's in your neighbors, doesn't really matter. And I think that perspective is one of the really good benefits of the program, that she can see that there's a purpose in life, and that purpose is to glorify God. No matter where you're at in your vocation, whether vacation, whatever you're doing. And I think she's learning that, and this was a good stepping stone for that.
I think it's one of the big reasons for us was we've seen like she's been in a community that loves the Lord, and it's encouraging her to love Him and know Him and grow in Him and serve Him. Sometimes, as I alluded before, kids go out in the world and they don't have that support system. Like if she would have gotten a job away from us, but not in a program like this, she might have not had that support. And the Christian life, we need each other. We need support, or it's not easy. And they're young, and there's so much darkness out there. So I am so thankful that God provided this for her and gave her a good support and a springboard to go out there into this world that is not, it's a challenging life, to live the Christian life in a world that's not very friendly to it.
Yes, and also the serving and having, coming into the fellows, they were engaged in serving in the community, right? So I think that was very, very good also for them, that they knew they weren't here just to take in, but to minister to others.